Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community post, man. You already know how we get down, you already know the vibes. And it's time for your NXT review. And apparently, this was the go-home show for NXT Vengeance Day. And honestly, for some reason, I thought Vengeance Day was like 2 weeks away, but I was wrong. It's this Sunday. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that slipped past me, but here we are, man. And we gotta start off this episode of the NXT review with some great news from what started off with as potentially bad news, and that is the potential closing of Jayce University, this illustrious university that's helped so many people and has changed so many lives. It's been such a positive influence on the young minds of the NXT universe. Possibly was closing its doors, possibly never being able to allow to teach again in Andre Jayce. It was pretty much a funeral for this great university, this accredited university. But Jayne came through in the clutch. She came through in the fourth quarter with the Hail Mary of all Hail Marys. She said, listen, we don't have to close the doors, because her grand scheme, her grand plan was the ladies of Jayce U calendar. And looking at some of those ladies, yeah, they're gonna make some serious money. I need to know when this calendar drops, because I'm in desperate need of a new calendar myself. It's a new year, so, and I just had a birthday, so that would be a great birthday present for myself, the ladies of NXT or ladies of Jayce U calendar. So that's a great thing. That's a great way to start this week's review, man. Some great news. What's not so great is the fact that you have Lexis King, you know, sucking the life out of everything. No aura, no riz, no swag at all, no drip, no nothing. And you can tell this dude is so swagless because he's in the back talking to Ava, the NXT general manager, and she's creeping this girl out. Mind you, Ava used to be in a cult with Jayce and the Schism, and she's creeped out by this dude. So she sets up a match between Ridge Holland and Lexis King, and unfortunately I wasn't really paying attention to this match because, you know, it's Ridge Holland and Lexis King. Now, I'm gonna say this: there is something about Lexis King that's missing. Like, I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like once he figures it out, he's gonna be good. Like, he's a decent wrestler, and he does understand his character very well. So there is something there to him, but, you know, I don't know. But Lexis King actually ended up winning the match due to outside interference from Gallus. And then after the match, Gallus is attacking Ridge Holland. And the whole time I'm thinking, okay, they got the jump on him before and nobody came out, but surely this week somebody's going to come out and help out Ridge Holland. That wasn't the case, because the Gallus boys put this dude in the blender. They messed his foot up, his leg up, his ankle. So I don't know what's going to happen with Ridge Holland. I don't know who's going to help this poor man. I don't know if Sheamus is going to come to NXT. I seriously doubt that. He alienated Butch / Pete Dunne, so that ain't happening. So, you know, who knows? And honestly, who cares? Because I don't care about Gallus. I don't care about Ridge Holland. We had a backstage segment with Tatum Paxley and Lyra Valkyria. Now, Tatum Paxley, she's been trying to call Lyra for a whole week now because, you know, Tatum ended up putting Roxanne Perez through the table last week. They were having a contract signing, and, you know, Tatum decided to take matters into her own hands. She's sticking up for her homie, her friend, her partner, her compadre. And Lyra Valkyria's like, listen, you don't have to do this. I'm the champion. I'm a fighting champion. You gotta chill out, man. You're bugging, son. So this leads into the match between Roxanne Perez and Tatum Paxley. And like I said before, you know, Roxanne's showing that more vicious side. She's being more aggressive. Tatum is just loony. She's nuts. She's crazy. And Lyra just doesn't want nothing to do with her at all, low key. But Roxanne ended up winning the match with the Pop Rocks. And then after the match, Roxanne started putting the beat down on Tatum Paxley, and Lyra Valkyria ended up breaking things up. She saved Tatum Paxley. Tatum's looking like, yo, you do care. And it's looking like Lyra and Roxanne were about to get into a little fight. So who knows, man? Who knows where this match is gonna lead as far as the Vengeance Day match goes. This is gonna be Tatum versus Roxanne for the title. So who knows what role old crazy ass Tatum is gonna play in this match, but we gotta wait and see. We had a backstage segment with Ariana Grace talking to Ren, what's her face? I can't remember what her last name is. Forgive me, whatever your name is. But she's talking. She's trying to, be the inspiration, the motivation, trying to lend a helping hand to this poor new girl on the block. And Fallon Henley, she pulls up. She's like, listen, you suck, man. So this leads us to a match between Ariana Grace and Fallon Henley. And for what it was worth, it was pretty straight, man. It was a pretty decent match. But we had, representing the metaphor, we had Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson running interference, and they ended up costing Fallon Henley the match. Ariana Grace won. She's got another victory under her belt. She's crying, she's pumping her fists and everything. She's waving like the true queen that she is. And the thing that made me laugh was, after the match, man, you had Ren looking all lost and confused, like, what is she doing? She's just looking like, she's making anime noises and what. I'm like, what are you doing? But after this, we had a Heritage Cup match between Von Wagner and Noam Dar. And for the most part, I mostly like the Heritage Cup matches. Noam Dar is a good wrestler, but this Heritage Cup match, it kind of sucked a little bit. Von Wagner, as much as NXT has done a good job of making me care about Von Wagner and his relationship with Robert Stone, and even his relationship with Robert Stone's kids, which weirdly look like Von Wagner for some reason, but that's another story for another day. This match was pretty bad. I can't even lie to you, man. Thankfully, Noam Dar won, but Von Wagner went crazy. He started powerbombing what's that boy's name? Or Mr. through a table, and he's celebrating with his kids. I mean, with Mr. Stone's kids. So, but a match that did not suck, a match that I've been waiting for, that you've been waiting for, the entire NXT universe has been waiting for, the big grudge match. Lola Vice taking on Elektra Lopez. My God. And this was actually pretty good. It was a pretty good match, man. You had the power of Elektra Lopez taking on the technical ability and the MMA style of Lola Vice, and they actually had some pretty good chemistry. It was a short match. Lola Vice got the win to the surprise of nobody. She hit that big spin kick that looks like the Black Mass a little bit. And after the match, she did a little twerk, That was pretty nice to see. But Lola Vice ended up winning. So I'm assuming Elektra Lopez is going to ride off into the sunset and, hang out with Legado del Fantasma and Santos Escobar. And, that's a good look, man. I like the chemistry that Elektra and Santos had, and it's going to be cool to see how they build the new Legado del Fantasma for that. So, there's that. And we also have Lola, who's still the breakout tournament winner for the women. So hopefully she'll win that NXT title in the future. So something we had that happened throughout the show, which was just crazy. You had Dijak in his lair or his room or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He's sitting there looking menacing. He's looking like Spider-Man the War, talking to himself in black and white. But then you have Joe Gacy come in looking like the Joker. And a lot of people on Twitter were making the comparison of them being like the modern day Batman and Joker of wrestling. And I can kind of see that. So they're talking in the interrogation room, and then they just start fighting. And then these two ended up turning into Peter and the Chicken from Family Guy, and they're just fighting throughout the backstage area. They're fighting backstage. It also ended up with them fighting outside in the NXT parking lot, and somehow they ended up on the roof. And Dijak threw Joe Gacy off the roof into the garbage dumpster. And I'm thinking, yo, that man is dead. He's got to be dead. There's no way Joe Gacy is still alive. And then you cut to later in the show where Dijak is like, I want Joe Gacy in a no disqualification match at Vengeance Day. And Ava's like, yo, what the hell is wrong with you? You try to kill this man. There's no way he's able to compete. I should have you arrested. But Joe Gacy comes out of the trash and says, yo, I'm down. It's no disqualification. Let's go. So there's that. So Vengeance Day is going to be a no disqualification match. Dijak taking on Jayce. And these two are going to beat the absolute hell out of each other. And I'm kind of here for it, man. It should be a fun match. We have some pre-taped segments from the D'Angelo family talking about their tag team match against OTM. It's going to be a 6-person mixed tag team match. And you know, that should be pretty fun. I can't even lie to you. It's going to be pretty fun. Like, these segments always pop me because they're like so stereotypical. Like, you have the D'Angelo family look like the Sopranos, and you have OTM outside of a trap house for some reason. So there's that. But these things always pop me. So we're in a backstage segment from the Wolf Dogs. They're officially the Wolf Dogs. Baron Corbin is all in on the name. He said it twice, so they're official. Baron Corbin's talking to Braun Breaker about his performance in the Royal Rumble, and that was pretty cool to see Braun Breaker doing his thing. He's spearing people, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, all the Usos. Omos, he spared Omos. That was a pretty cool thing to see. But he's locked in on the name, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. So you already have the Wolf Dogs, who are in the finals of the Dusty Cup, and they're going to be taking on the winner of the LWO and Trick Mello Gang. And this was the opening match, but I decided to talk about this whole thing in one segment because this leads into the main event segment. But it was the LWO taking on Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. And I gotta say, man, the LWO and NXT, they cook, man. They hit different, they look different, their swag is different, they're doing things that they don't really get to do on the main roster. So that's always a cool thing to see. However, they were not able to defeat Trick Mello Gang, and Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams did a good job of working together. Even though this past Friday on SmackDown, it looked like Trick and Carmelo weren't really getting along too well, but they made it work, made it do what it do, and they're going on to the finals to face the Wolf Dogs. And then, of course, you have throughout the night, you have Carmelo talking to Trick, talking about how Trick can't trust Ilja. You know, he's trying to get in his head, and it's actually kind of working because it's leads us into the main event segment, which was a face-to-face between Ilja and Trick. And you know, Ilja Dragunov's coming out. He's thinking like it's all cool between him and Trick. He's thinking it's all respect. And they go to do their cool handshake, but Trick ain't feeling it. You know, at this point, Carmelo's already got to him. He's already in his head. And he's pretty much spouting off all the stuff that Carmelo's been saying about how Ilja's been playing mind games, trying to knock him off his square, knock his focus off. And Ilja's like, listen, man, this whole thing was built off respect. I've been a fighting champion. The reason we're having this at Vengeance Day is because I couldn't compete at the last PLE. So, you know, there's that. And Trick's talking that big boy, man. He's saying that he's not the same Trick Williams that he faced the first go around. He's a totally different man. So I am pretty excited to see Trick versus Ilja 2. And you know, before they can get too deep into this face-to-face, the Wolf Dogs come out and attack both Trick and Ilja Dragunov. So they're all fighting. And then Carmelo comes out. He's helping Trick, and they're doing their thing. They knock the Wolf Dogs out the ring. And Carmelo's like, yeah, we'll see you at Vengeance Day. Meanwhile, the whole time, Trick and Ilja are facing off. They're looking at each other. They're looking at the NXT Championship. And Carmelo is looking like, I don't like none of this. This was supposed to be me. Like, it's coming, man. It's coming to a head. We've been thinking that this moment is going to come for the longest time. But it's looking like it's going to go down at Vengeance Day. I'm thinking it's going down big at Vengeance Day. Maybe we just got to wait and see. But Trick Mello Gang is coming to an end, y'all. You hate to see it. You hate to see it, but it is what it is. But with that being said, guys, let me know what you thought about this week's episode of NXT in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.